The wedding weekend that destroyed my marriage. Hey everyone, thanks for being here. I have a story to tell, one I never imagined would be mine. My name is Ethan Moore, and just a year ago, I would have told you I had everything I ever wanted. A solid career, a warm home, and a wife I believed in with all my heart. For nearly a decade, I shared my life with Clara. 3 years of dating. 6 years of marriage. 9 years of laughter, tears, vacations, holidays, ordinary Tuesdays. She wasn't just my partner. She was my person. Or so I thought. If someone had told me that the woman I held closest would betray me in the cruelest way, give herself to another man during a weekend wedding getaway and come home carrying an STD, I would have called them insane. But life doesn't give you warnings. Just hard truths. Clara and I met when I was 27. She was vibrant, sharp, and deeply kind. We connected instantly. She made my life feel calmer, fuller. We dated steadily, traveled, talked about kids, mortgages, our dream retirement home. We had a rhythm. She was never distant, never secretive. If anything, she made me feel like I was the luckiest man alive. We married in the fall. Gold leaves, perfect vows, and big dreams. But marriage isn't a highlight reel. It's the silent battles you fight together. Our biggest battle. Parenthood. We tried for kids right after the wedding. Clara had 2 miscarriages, back to back. It broke us in ways we didn't always show. We grieved quietly. I remember holding her hand in the doctor's office, promising we'd be okay. We'll get through this together. And for a while it felt like we were. Then came the wedding. One of Clara's old college friends was getting married out of state. It turned into a mini reunion, a weekend-long celebration. When Clara brought it up, she lit up. She needed the break. But I couldn't go. Work deadlines. Money was tighter than usual. So I told her to go enjoy herself, recharge. I even drove her to the airport. Waited through check-in. Watched her disappear behind security with a smile on her face and not a single worry in my chest. The week she was gone, I kept myself busy. Work. Podcast. I even organized the garage. Anything to fill the silence. When she got back, it was like she'd never left. She looked the same, acted the same. Told me about the wedding, the speeches, the dresses. We laughed, had dinner, cuddled on the couch. That night we were intimate. She fell asleep in my arms like she always had. If you'd asked me that night if I trusted her, I'd have said yes without hesitation. 3 weeks later I got sick. Started small. Fatigue. Headaches. But soon things got uncomfortable. I went to the doctor, convinced it was stress or dehydration. They ran tests, and a few hours later, I heard the sentence that cracked my world. You've tested positive for chlamydia. I laughed. Literally laughed. That's impossible, I told the doctor. I'm married. I haven't been with anyone but my wife. The doctor just gave me a look I'll never forget. Sometimes people aren't as honest as we think. Still in denial, I went to a second clinic. Different doctor. Same result. That should have been my confirmation. But I wasn't ready to confront Clara. Not without proof. Not when a small part of me still hoped there was a mistake. So I stayed quiet. Started watching. Listening. Waiting for a slip-up. Her phone. Clean. Too clean. No texts, no strange calls, no photos. It was either spotless or she was careful. Still something wasn't right. One evening while cleaning the bedroom, I reached into her purse and pulled out a small prescription bottle. It had her name on it, and the medication wasn't familiar. I Googled it. It was an antibiotic, specifically used to treat the same STD I had just tested positive for. There it was. The truth. I held the bottle in my hand, walked to the kitchen and said, "Clara, how did you get an STD?" She blinked. Tried to act confused. Claimed the meds were for a friend. But I wasn't buying it anymore. I got tested. Twice, I told her. I'm positive. She went pale. Stared at me. Then came the tears. Please. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen. The story tumbled out. The wedding. A guy from college. Too much to drink. One thing led to another. She said it only happened once. I didn't scream. I didn't throw things. I just walked out, took a drive, sat in a parking lot trying to figure out how my life had turned into this. When I got home, I moved into the guest room. That was the beginning of the end. She kept trying to apologize, calling it a mistake. But the truth is, it wasn't just a mistake, it was a choice. Series of choices. And she never would have told me if I hadn't found the prescription. A week later, I filed for divorce. Quietly. No warning. No more begging. No more explaining. We had no kids. Nothing tying us together but papers. I made the decision to free myself. But she didn't let go so easily. When she was served the papers, she cried, pleaded, even yelled. But the worst was still to come. She showed up in court and announced she was pregnant. 16 weeks. Possibly mine. My stomach dropped. It was possible. We were still sleeping together before I discovered the affair. But after everything, I wasn't taking her word for it. The judge ordered paternity to be established before we could finalize anything. 9 months of purgatory. And when the baby was born, I had the test done immediately. Not mine. That relief, it's hard to describe. Like finally breathing after months underwater. I had escaped a lifetime of entanglement with a woman I no longer trusted. But I wasn't done. I needed to know who he was. She said he was just an old college friend. But I started digging. Old yearbooks, Facebook comments, mutuals. Eventually I found him and his wife. He was married to 2 broken marriages. 1 careless night. I debated whether to tell her. But if it were me, I'd want to know. So I did. I sent a message to his wife with the facts. No drama, just the truth. I gave her copies of court papers confirming the affair and the paternity outcome. I ended the message with, "You don't owe me anything. But I thought you deserved to know." I never checked back. Never followed up. When the divorce finalized, I felt lighter. The house, the silence, even the pain. It all felt manageable now. Looking back, I realized something. Peace doesn't come from clinging to broken people or broken promises. Comes from protecting your own soul. I thought I'd grow old with Clara. But instead I grew stronger without her.